Moving on though, gentlemen. Lio Rush has made noise, more noise. Him and Mark Henry are at it. Mister, talk to me a minute.
So here we are, another week of drama. Who's right here? Like, who is wrong here? Lio Rush was mentioned by Mark Henry, right? He was brought up in a podcast, right? In a sense that, like, yo, Lio Rush made these comments about not having enough money. He needs to get his financial shit together, right? In essence, that's what was said by Mark Henry. Lio Rush took, understandable notice of that, and he was like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, what you do with my money is none of your business. Now, you're publicizing your money and your financial situation, so people are going to talk about it. But Mark Henry feels so heartbroken about the fact that, like, Lio Rush didn't ask him for his help. Or he's like, yo, I asked him for help, and he was like, nah, I'm good. Yo, if he don't know, he's not going to be like, yo, help me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to be like, yo, my guy, can you, like, spot me, like, 2 G's because shit is tight? Like, right. I don't know you, man. You're some dude I work with.
No, but what you see, wait. That's how you see that point? But the way I look at it is that Mark Henry went up to him with the intentions of Lio Rush understanding, yo, I'm one of the black leaders in the locker room in this business, right? And is there issues happening with you, or do you believe that it's because of race? I got you. Like, are you not getting this opportunity, right? And Lio Rush is like you said, I don't know you. But he's young in the game when it comes to that. Did not understand what he was trying to ask him, right? And that's why he was dismissive.
Then I don't think Mark Henry, as a leader, did a good enough job of conveying the message he meant to convey. If Lio Rush did not understand that Mark Henry was on his team, on his side, at the moment that conversation took place, Mark Henry did not do a good job of establishing himself as everybody's leader. You understand? Like, what I'm trying to get at? Like, Lio Rush did not feel compelled to be like, hey, dude I work with, like, who's got some pull around here, but I feel enough of a connection to be like, hey, spot me money, or I think this is racist, or I think.
But what is Go ahead.
Mark Henry's coming in, like, at this point, like, as an alumnus, as one of the coaches, right? He's not a performer anymore at this point when this conversation is taking place. So, yeah, he doesn't have that connection with Mark Henry to keep it as real as that. That probably plays a role. But I just think he didn't have enough time to convey his motive because he was dismissed.
You think so?
Right?
Well, yeah. But that's not even.
It sounds like.
That's not even.
I hate that point.
Because if it would have just ended there, then it ended there. But then Mark Henry's got to talk about it. Like,
I think Lio Rush is why we're all talking about it. I think it's and I think Leo was the first one to be. I think he's the first one that goes something like, "Oh, I don't talk to strangers." Blah blah. Like, and like that. Like, come on, man. Like, you lost right there with me. Like, as soon as right there, like, because it was going good, but then like he went there with that. He took it there. I was just like, damn.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't gotta go in that direction either, right? Like, you don't gotta be such a dickhead that you're like, oh, I don't talk to strangers. Mark Henry is no stranger.
But see, that's a problem. That's a problem with Lio Rush, that he doesn't check his ego at the door, and he thinks that he's too big when he's not. Like,
that's
dude, you're nobody.
That's why I can see it going that way. Like, maybe Mark Henry was more trying to help and be that leader, but I can understand. Yeah, it's not gonna work if clearly you didn't get that through to him. He didn't get that memo.
Right, but like the real mark of a leader, like you, my bad, JP, real quick, but like the real mark of a leader, like, you got to understand your clientele, and like, there's dudes that are not going to be receptive the first time you come out, right? Like, the first time you step out as a leader and you're like, yo, you need something? 9 times out of 10, that person's gonna be like, nah, dude, I'm good. You're like, I'm here for you though. You walk away, right? And then next time you see him, you're like, yo, if you need anything. Right, it takes a couple times. So I don't know the fucking finer details of all of this.
Right,
but
right.
Now we're talking about lawsuits, right? Apparently, Mark Henry, who likes to talk about his leadership, I find a lot, right? And he's got like this delegation, the black leadership in pro wrestling, right? That kind of has like this behind the scenes influence, the Illuminati of sorts. And there's lawyers involved. And perhaps if Lio Rush has more to say, he might hear from one of them. I don't know, man. I think that's fucked up. Like yo, like that's leadership. I don't.
You don't think he's kind of bad mouthing Mark Henry, man? Or, like, you don't think he's gonna? He's kind of like taking his name and
no, because
making it
I
look bad.
I don't think Lio Rush really said anything out of pocket. He was
True
just
that.
dismissive. He
True
was
that.
like you could say disrespectful because he was dismissive, but he was never like Mark Henry's a piece of shit or whatever. Right. He was just like, yo, I don't gotta deal with that, or I don't want to get involved with that, or I don't talk to strangers, right?
So in a way, it's kind of like Henry's scooping down to the lows of taking it into those hands. Like it got to go there.
I think it's at this point that Mark Henry's kind of like talking, like, yo, I try to help him out, and look at where he's at now. If he would have listened to me, this shit would have been avoided. You know what I mean? That's kind of what he's saying
right now.
That's what he's saying, because the reality is he got let go, and he's been talking. He's been out there, and a lot of conversations have happened, and he didn't have the prettiest locker room relationship. But you know what? I'm appalled at the fact that we're really surprised about the fact that industry built on egos and being that persona, that you want them to be kind and compassionate and understanding and like that yo, it's crazy to me how much we see of that in going to events and really immersing yourselves into this professional wrestling world. There's many great people, right? Selfless people, but that's not to be expected. You expect the Miz to be a wonderful person?
Yo,
you expect the Undertaker to fucking bake you brownies?
You know who's a wonderful
Baking
person?
with Taker.